Man, what's going on, my people? And we back with another video. And man, I don't know what it is about Alabama, but every time I do a video about them, yo, they be going crazy for like some reason. Especially Birmingham. I don't know nothing about it, but bro, when I do videos about it, they go crazy. But without further ado, let's see what y'all about. Let's see a little something again, cause y'all be going crazy.
Tonight, a follow-up to a story you may remember from 2019. Rolando Williamson and those connected with him were all convicted today. Williamson, also known as Baldhead, was convicted of leading a multi-million-dollar criminal enterprise. He and Adrian Taylor, Ishmael Gregory, and Hendarius Archie, all convicted of conspiring to distribute various illegal substances, including meth, cocaine, heroin, and fentanyl. These convictions were the result of a 3-year investigation by the Organized Crime Drug Enforcement Task Force.
What's good, y'all? What's the numbers TV? It's your boy, Paul Rowe. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. And like a video if you appreciate the content that Paul Rowe and What's the Numbers I providing. Today we back with another profile piece. This one is on Baldhead. In this video we're going to talk about his early years coming up in Alabama. Then we'll speak about his rise in the drug game and the necessary steps he took to reach the top of the food chain.
Damn.
After that, we will discuss the relationship Baldhead had built with a Mexican cartel that allowed him to make an excessive amount of money while he controlled a vast network of dealers.
Ooh.
And lastly, we will break down the situation that currently has Baldhead serving a life sentence in the feds. Baldhead.
What the fuck they say? Kidnapping sentenced to life in prison plus 120 months for loading Birmingham. What did I just say, yo? Birmingham, it is something about Birmingham. I wasn't even expecting this video to be about Birmingham or say anything about Birmingham, but yo, what is it about that place? Leading a Birmingham based and continuing criminal enterprise and conspiracy of distribution. Damn, boy, y'all must be loaded down that motherfucker with drugs. I know down here in Baltimore, we is loaded. Well, you can hit any corner you want. You can get what you need. And that's what sound like Birmingham is about. This man got kidnapped and sentenced to life in prison plus 120 months. I ain't doing no
real name is Rolando Antwain Williamson. Is from Bessemer, Alabama, which is a modest suburb outside of Birmingham with less than 32,000 residents. Growing up deep in the South, some would think that it would be a calmer childhood experience for Baldhead, but as he got older, he seen that this small southern town had just as many problems and pitfalls as a big urban city. Baldhead started out in the drug game as a youngster and had a major run-in with the law in 2007 when he was charged with murder after a shooting at a party left a man dead.
Damn.
Baldhead, who was in his early 20s at the time, sat in jail for a month until the case was dropped and he was released. Back on the streets to do his thing, Baldhead was only a small-time hustler for years, while Birmingham and the surrounding areas were controlled by one of Alabama's most flashiest and notorious drug dealers.
Hey, look. But tell the Lord, if young guys looking at this man, it's not cool to be doing this. I'm just saying. I don't care if y'all can skip out the month. It's not cool to be doing this. Because you're going to end up just like him. This is where it only ends up to. Dead or in jail. I don't know if this man is dead or in jail. Pretty sure he in jail. But all his little... He said he was a small-time dealer for a little time. That don't mean become a small-time dealer and just wait for your patient time. When your patient time could be dead, my friend. Because when you're in them streets, it get ugly. That's all I'm saying. I ain't trying to be a preacher. I'm just saying.
By the name of Billy Williams Jr. The reign of Billy Williams Jr. lasted until 2013, when a police SWAT team burst into Williams' luxury condo building where they found him throwing money out the window before arresting him. With the local kingpin in jail, it was an opening for a new drug network to take over.
Birmingham had tossed $60,000 out the high-rise condo during arrest. Why? Oh, maybe because he already knew they was going to take it. I don't know.
The local kingpin in jail, there was an opening for a new drug network to take over the city. That's where the ambitious Baldhead came into the picture, as he decided to grab the top spot for himself. He established a good working relationship with Mexican suppliers, and although not too flashy, Baldhead still accumulated some expensive items like cars, jewelry, as well as a few different homes and stash houses. He also built a decent-sized crew to handle the movement and sales of the drugs he was receiving from the Mexican cartel. His team of dealers and drug couriers even included a trusted member of the community, a popular youth football coach known for urging his players to stay clear of drugs. Business was going good for Baldhead as he was making money hand over fist. But little did he know, while he was building his drug network, FBI agents were building a case against him, waiting for their chance to take him down.
Of course.
The feds blamed the uptick in violence and drug dealing in the city on Baldhead and his organization and made taking him down a top priority for the Bureau.
Of course.
Then in June of 2019, his associates in the Mexican cartel invited Baldhead to take a trip across the border to solidify their business relationship.
Damn.
But Baldhead really wasn't the type to trust everybody. He actually worried that the trip could be a trap, as one of his Mexican associates back home in Bessemer warned Baldhead that he might be kidnapped, beaten, and held for a $100,000 ransom.
What?
The drug associate had been kidnapped by the Mexican cartel earlier that year, and his father...
Y'all taking that trip? Y'all taking that trip? Bro, y'all taking that trip to be possibly that? And he already said he don't trust much? Man, get the hell out of here, man.
The drug associate had been kidnapped by the Mexican cartel earlier that year, and his father had to sell the family home to secure his release. Baldhead, who was 33 at the time, heeded the warning and declined the invitation, but he continued to sell kilos of drugs for the cartel.
I was about to say.
He dodged one danger for the moment, but he didn't see that another one was lurking nearby. Because back in Birmingham, one of his trusty drug couriers betrayed him, allowing investigators to listen in on their discussions about drug deals, putting Baldhead's freedom at risk.
Y'all gotta deal with shit
and
like that.
And eventually, in August of 2019, just 2 months after he declined the cartel offer to come visit Mexico, Baldhead was arrested by the Vice and Narcotics Unit of the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office and charged with a bunch of drug trafficking charges, as his home and stash houses were raided at the time of his arrest. A few months later, in October of 2019, his organization will be arrested by the feds on drug conspiracy charges, and Baldhead will be charged with being the leader of a multi-million-dollar CCE, which is a continuing criminal enterprise.
Dang.
He will go to trial on the charges and be convicted by the feds. Then in August of 2022, Baldhead was sentenced to life in prison plus 120 months. He was just 37 years old at the time.
Damn.
But yo, it's What's the Numbers TV. This is a quick profile piece on Baldhead, a.k.a. But yo, it's 120 months. He was just 37 years old at the time. But yo, it's What's the Numbers TV. This is a quick profile piece on Baldhead, a.k.a. Baldhead, real name Rolando Antwine Williamson. You know what I'm saying? Out of Alabama, Birmingham, Bessemer area. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people say he's one of them ones out there, was getting a lot of money. They said he wasn't too flashy, you know what I'm saying, but he wasn't nothing to play with. And you know, he was getting a lot of money though, you know what I'm saying? He still had his little things that he would like to spend his money on. He rode around with pockets full. He was doing his thing for a long time. And now he got life in the feds, man, for drugs. You know, they did say his organization had some violence attached to it. You know what I'm saying? Not him per se, but, you know, the ones that, you know, people that was part of his organization, they got some violence attached to it. A lot of the other people that was arrested got jail time. And, you know, this is where he's at right now. Right now he's in the feds. Maybe these laws change eventually, give some time back. Who knows? But right now, you know, he got...
120 months is only, I just counted it. It's fucking like 10 years. That's not actually bad. That's not actually bad. Fuck around. But how he get 120 months for after he was in some murder shit? I don't know.
In the feds. Now the cartel he was messing with in Mexico was the Gulf Cartel. Allegedly they had tried to get him to come down there. Some say it might have been, you know, to really meet the plug. Some say it might have been a setup. But he didn't go. 2 months later the feds come knock him up. And that's all she wrote. Now, like I said, it's always snitches. It's always snitches that take you down. You know, now, the person who told him not to go was a snitch. So maybe maybe the feds told him not to go. Tell him it's a setup. The snitch is the one that told him not to go to Mexico. That he had got kidnapped, you know, months earlier. So he didn't go. 2 months later, he's in jail with arrested by the feds, and that's all she wrote. Now, you know, it's big money in the South. Everybody know that. It's a little slow pace. You know, it might be a little slower They might dress a little different. They might talk a little with an accent. But everybody knows a lot of money in the South, man. So shout out to the South. Everybody know they be getting illegal money, street money, stripping money. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of money in the South. Everybody know that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the South. Everybody down bottom that mess with What's Numbers TV. We appreciate y'all. And now, before we get up out of here, man, I want to let y'all know, subscribe to the Clips channel. Subscribe to the Sports channel. We going up on both of them, new content daily. Link is in the description of this video. And we back before you know it, man.
But hey, man, that's a little recap on Baldhead. But yeah, man, I ain't gonna keep preaching, y'all. At this point, y'all can file that. Y'all can file that if that wrong y'all want. But in my opinion, I wouldn't do it. It's not right. Having all the jewelry flashing and flashing and flashing. Cars you buying, let alone buying cars, and you don't got no legal right to how you even affording this type of stuff. You buying shit off the lot. You buying this. Yo, you getting yourself caught up because, like, how are you doing this? How? That's all the feds want to know. And when you can't show how you doing it, they don't want to hear nothing else other than that. Now they just investigating. Now they just on your ass. Just cause.